How do you know the end is near? What are the signs of the times in the Bible? What are the 7 signs of the second coming? The key signs of the end times, according to scriptures, are religious deception and the rise of false messiahs and prophets, wars, conflicts, and violence between nations, famines, food shortages, and deadly pandemics and diseases, moral decay, lawlessness, and a general deterioration of human values and relationships, increase in natural disasters like earthquakes, severe weather, and environmental crises, persecution and hatred towards Christians, the gospel being preached to all nations before the end comes, the rebuilding of the Jewish temple in Jerusalem and heightened hostility towards Israel, moves towards a one-world government and global integration. The most significant sign is the restoration of Israel as a nation in 1948, which many see as a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. However, Jesus warned that the exact timing of the end is unknown, and we should remain constantly ready rather than trying to predict specific dates. Overall, these signs indicate the world is moving towards the end times and the return of Christ, though the full realization of the end is still to come. How do modern wars and conflicts align with biblical prophecies? There are several ways in which modern wars and conflicts align with biblical prophecies about the end times. The war between Israel and Hamas is seen by some as a fulfillment of prophecies like Psalm 83, which describes Israel's enemies trying to destroy the nation. The current conflict is viewed as a prophetic window into the motivations of those who will attack Israel in the end times. The restoration of Israel as a nation in 1948, after nearly 1,900 years, is considered a major sign of the end times by many Christians. This event is seen as a prerequisite for the fulfillment of end times prophecies centered on Israel. Increasing global conflicts, wars, and violence are interpreted as signs of the birth pangs, or precursors to the actual end times events described in the book of Revelation. Specific prophecies mention wars and rumors of wars as a key indicator. During World War I, both sides used the Bible to justify their war efforts, depicting it as a holy war. This shows how Scripture can be used to support and oppose war, a dynamic that may continue in future conflicts. The rise of apocalyptic thinking and interest in the book of Revelation during World War I demonstrates how major wars can shape people's views of biblical prophecy. Catastrophic events may be seen as fulfilling end times predictions. However, some caution against jumping to sensational conclusions about modern conflicts and the end times. Difficult events do not necessarily have specific prophetic implications. But for those who believe in biblical prophecy, current wars and tensions in the Middle East and globally are seen as increasingly aligning with end-time scenarios. How do modern wars and conflicts align with biblical prophecies? There are several ways in which modern wars and conflicts align with biblical prophecies about the end times. The ongoing conflict between Israel and its neighbors, like the current war with Hamas, fulfills prophecies in Psalm 83 about Israel's enemies trying to destroy the nation. The sentiment of Hamas leaders to destroy them as a nation echoes the psalm. The restoration of Israel as a nation in 1948, after nearly 1,900 years, is seen by many as a miraculous fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. This event is considered a key sign that the end times are approaching. Increased hostility and wars involving Israel in the decades since 1948 are viewed as further evidence of biblical prophecies coming to pass. The conflict has been nothing but conflict since then. The involvement of Russia and Iran in the region, as evidenced by Iran's support for Hamas, aligns with prophecies in Ezekiel verse 38 to 39 about a future war led by Gog of the land of Magog, Russia, and its allies against Israel. The rise of apocalyptic and end times themes during times of war, as seen in the First World War, is another way modern conflicts connect to biblical prophecy. Both sides used the Bible to justify their war efforts. However, some caution against jumping to sensational conclusions and note that sometimes things are just really bad, and they don't have a specific biblical implication. But the alignment of current events with ancient prophecies is striking to many observers. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. See you in my next video.